people are trying to make sense of the real important issues of what it's about, like trying to make sense of the very difficult, hard cases in which women find themselves in the course of pregnancy, coupled with their sense that, you know, the right to life is very, very important. And like you say, like I would be coming from a particular point of view in relation to that. So, you know, there is that mix there, and they're listening to both sides. But I think it's the same for all around the country. There's not too much talking about it people don't come up straight up talking to you about it, you know. It's only maybe if it leans in towards it or whatever. We're called to be pastors to everybody, no matter where people find themselves at, right in front of you, at any stages of life or wherever they particularly find themselves to be in difficult situations, perhaps after having an abortion. So you just craft the language to be sensitive to that you're not coming out dogmatically and saying that, you know, that they're you know, awful people, or you know, that kind of message. So you just be very sensitive to that.
But I think, you know, the label that was attached, I suppose, or almost the notoriety that resulted after the no vote in the same-sex marriage referendum was probably a little bit unfair, in that a number of other constituencies would have had very, very tight votes as well, and it was just a marginal rejection of the referendum. So in that sense, I suppose the media and others zoomed in on Roscommon afterwards. But probably a Conservative county changing slowly with that exodus of young people in the last number of years. So for that reason, I suppose we would be expecting the possibility of a no vote in Roscommon. By no means a certainty, but certainly a close run thing.
So we disturbed you on your doorstep. Can I get your name?
Sarah Welch, Kiltimagh, County Mayo.
And how are you voting?
I'm voting yes.
And you seem very definite. Did it take much to come to that decision, or would you have been kind of pro-choice all your life?
No, I just think that it's women's bodies and it's their choice, and nobody should tell them what they should do. And everybody's situation is different. We can't judge anybody for their decision.
And do you think, is that reflected in the town, or would it be very divided?
I'd say the town is divided.
Well, we've only really started canvassing in the last maybe 6 weeks, because statistically people aren't really that aware of a referendum until maybe the last 10 days before the vote. So there's reasons that you don't go to the door 2 years beforehand. We have been canvassing heavily, like 3 nights a week now for the last couple of weeks. People have gone from, oh God, that's awful, to right, that's really bad, I need to do something about that. So we're seeing a lot of people who have absolutely no political background, who have never done any campaigning before, getting really, really stuck in, like in a really big way.
We're absolutely more informed now. An awful lot of my age group and older are very IT savvy. We're quite capable of going online and finding out our own information and not believing everything we see in the papers or hear in the news. It's surprising that a lot of the older people are actually for a yes. It doesn't actually mean that you're for abortion. I think that the older people realise that. They don't believe the hype and they don't believe the media. We're all intelligent enough that we go and find out for ourselves what's going on.
Do you think, did you start earlier? Are you ahead in terms of postering and the kind of the day-to-day organising of the campaign?
I think we are. We have a huge volunteer base. It's really a grassroots movement, and you know, the literal meaning of the word, you know, that we have people coming out from everywhere wanting to do jobs, wanting to put up posters, wanting to help leaflet, wanting to help canvass, and you know, even talk to their local newspapers, etc. So we've the manpower, and we've I hope used that very well in this campaign. The Irish people are compassionate, and they are progressive, and they're inclusive, and they really believe in equality and respect, which are the key words at the heart of the 8th Amendment. I don't think they want to go back to a situation where we are leaving women emotionally scarred and throwing children's lives away because we perceive them as a problem. That's not a good situation to be in, and that is the situation with abortion.